Hi, welcome to today's episode. So, it is quite unfortunate that I made some changes on on the document we are working on, but then I wasn't able to save it, so we've lost whatever I did in there. And so I'm going to take you through what changes has been made since the last video. So, the first changes I did was that for for the PPE, I had to add the beginning date and the ending dates, and I also added a comparative PPE. I just copied all of these sides and I pasted it to this side, and then I linked the items to the items over here. And at the formula side, I highlighted all of this side, and instead of the C from, sorry, the C2, the C from over here, I changed it to CO from, which is the comparative from. That is the only change I did over here. And then at the addition side, addition and disposal side too, I changed the C from to C from plus one, and then the C2 to COT TO. That is the changes I did over there. And then this side, I'm yet to make the changes. So join me and let us do the changes. So you highlight everything, and then wherever we have C from, wherever we have C2, we are going to change it to C2 COTO. So replace. We can replace all. All right, so we are done with it. Then the C from to, we need to change it to CO from. So we can replace replace. All right, so we are done with this side. Now we I also copied the intangible to the downside, right? I also copied the intangible. I copied it and then I pasted it to the downside. So we can equally work on it. So we are going to link it to this side, computer software, and drag it down. Then this side too, we can link it to this side and drag it down as well. Then the next thing we are going to do is that the formulas too would have to change. So we are going to change all of, wherever we have C2, C from, we are going to change it to CO from. All right. Then we come to the addition as well. Wherever we have C from, we are going to change it to CO from. And wherever we have C2, we are going to change it to CO2O. Alright, we are done at this side as well. We can equally clear this since it serves no purpose. And here we are going to change it to CO2O. Alright, let us copy this one and paste it here. And leave additional line. Now this one, it begins from intangible assets, begins from this side. This should be cleared. Right. Now, the other changes I did was that the statement of changes in equity 2, I copied it and then I pasted it to this side and I added the right formulas to it. So for this one, we are going to link it to the profit or loss at the end of this year. So here the retained earnings, instead of this one, it is going to be this. All right. Now there is a little bit of a problem because the opening should have a retained earnings. Okay, so this one should link okay, so this one, whether we like it or not, we are going to create a new two new work P&L over here where we are going to link it to this side, right? But then let us go through to see where we've not made any changes yet, and then we are going to work on that. So for the PPE, sorry, for the statement of financial position, I think we've not worked on the payables as well, and I think the payables were worked on it. So what we did was that for the payable at the end of the current period, we can pick just the credit formulas, which is the revenue formula. Once we pick it, I came to paste it over here, and what I did was that I for the dating side, I picked from the commencement of the business, the date from commencement, which we have set it at 1991, up to the end of the reporting period. So all of the transactions that relates to the particular referred current liability, it is going to add everything up. Where there is a credit, it is going to add it. Where there is a debit, it is going to deduct it, and then it is going to bring it as the balance, right? So this is what I did. We are just going to copy this, and to remind you, I'm going to add this document, and if you don't see it, you can remind me or send me a mail. I'm going to forward it to you. Let us copy and then come and paste it in here. So this one is 156, and this one too is 156. So we are going to paste it here for the current year and for the comparative year too. The only changes that is going to be made is that we are referring it from the onset of the business operation up to the end of the comparative year, right? So this one too, the only thing that is going to change is the 2. So it is going to end at COTO. Now we can copy this one too and then go and paste it at the 156. Then drag everything down. So where there is a liability aspects, we are going to use this formula. So for long-term liability, this one will suit it best. Then we drag it down. Now let us test to see if this is going to work. So let us change this one to this one, long-term non-current liability, finance income, no. Long-term loans, let's say we received 200,000. Report, okay, so it is reflected over here. Now let us change the date to 2020 to see if it is going to work. All right, so you see it has worked in here, and it has brought it forward because there is no transaction that has reduced or increased it in the current period. So let us add additional one. So the same for, let's assume that we made a payment, part payment of the loan. So long-term liability, non-current liabilities, and then long-term loans. Let's assume we made payment of 10,000. Let us see the effect. All right, you see it has reduced from 20,000 to 10,000. Right, so let us add a check to see if our PPE, our balance sheet is in line. Okay, so for now we are having a 15,000 variance, and it is stemming from the previous comparative year, and I believe it is from the opening balance, 15,000. So it's a revenue, right? Okay, so let us see what is happening here. Oh, okay. So it is basically the profit. Now let us change that revenue to the current year to see if it is going to work. Where did I record it? Wow. Oh, okay. So let us change it. It is in the journal. So let us change it to 2021 and see if our report is going to balance. All right. So now it has balanced. Now the reason why it wasn't balancing is that we've not linked the prior equity to the current year's equity when we talk about the retained earnings, right? So the retained earnings, we need to connect it to this side, and I've left it so because I want it to be in such a way that you can generate a report for quarterly, maybe this year's quarter and last year's quarter. But if we link it directly, there's going to be some gap. I don't know if you get me. So thank you for joining me. In the next sessions, we are going to continue until we are done, right? Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.